Yeah, is that okay?
All right. We should all be live. Welcome, folks. Let's see. Welcome to the jet stream, so to speak. Here we are. I'm very happy to be here with Annie and Rod Capps, coming to us from Michigan. They are actually Michiganders. Tell us a little bit about what Michigan is like today or yesterday
It's bright and shiny, and the snow's a melting. We have 60s and rain coming up next week, so we're digging it.
Can't wait.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with that.
This is life is good, right?
Life is good. It's fine.
Yeah, we have been well. How about you, sir?
Oh, good, really. It's been about a week that the snow's been gone, and we know a few people who injured themselves on the ice, but it wasn't us.
Good.
Anyway, so no, we're looking forward to a little bit milder temperatures,
Yeah.
and we're gonna enjoy life.
I like
So
that.
I suggest that I go ahead and play a song because we've got a few that we want to get to. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start off with a newer song. This is one of a couple I'm going to do tonight that Annie and Rod haven't heard. It's on an album that's on its way out as we speak. Come to think of it, maybe you have heard it. But anyway, it's called Hey Baby, and I guess you could say,
Forget
it's
this.
yeah.
Push that button. Spotlight yourself, buddy.
Thank you. Yes, that's the way. There's
There
some
you
There you
technical stuff that I've got to get into here, but we'll get it. All right, so this, Hey Baby. Sitting at the window, looking for the light. Saw my baby coming home, she didn't look right. I said, hey baby, why you look so glum? She said, I'm sick and tired of you sucking your thumb. Well, that hit the soft spot right where it pains. It's the same old puddle whenever it rains. I said, hey baby, you know what I think. Hey baby, let's go get a drink. She'd heard it all before. Sometimes she likes the sound, but later in the evening, when it all falls down, she gets a bit short on that merciful gene. She starts to speak the truth, if you know what I mean. Then it's too late to run, it's too late to hide. There's no drunken sailor can hold back that tide. I said, hey baby, what you say is right, I'll be a good man someday. Just not tonight, I'll be a good man someday. Just not tonight. There came a time she drifted on two separate ways. She couldn't understand my business, I didn't know what to say. She went down to Tucson to feel those desert breezes blow. Met up with some sweet cowboy, the rest I'll never know. Then one day at the window, I was looking for the sun. I saw my baby coming home, she looked like the one. She said, hey baby, I won't be your slave, but you know, baby, I think there's something we can save, you know, baby. I think there's something we can save. As the sun went down, I swear I saw a rainbow shine. I said, hey baby, I think I've seen the light. Hey baby, let's start tonight. Hey baby, I think I've seen the light. Come on baby, let's start tonight. All right. Yeah.
That's
All
sweet,
right.
man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful, and I confess I have not had a chance to listen yet.
All
I'm
right,
really
coming.
looking forward to hearing these songs.
Oh, good.
So-
Good, yeah.
It's so great to hear your voice.
Well, thank you,
I
Annie.
just love
Thanks
that
a lot.
little smoky, raspy.
Yeah,
thing you
Annie,
got
you've
going
clearly never heard my first, my LP,
Oh,
where I still had my choir boy voice.
nice.
It's
Really?
been a while, but
Oh, dang it. Yeah, it's weird because in all those days of like, hard rock singing, I had a more raspy voice back in those days than I do now.
but it came back. It sort of purified again, huh?
Yeah, well, I guess.
Yeah,
I
all
quit
right.
smoking at 40 and
That helps.
started,
Yeah,
taking a little better care of my pipes.
Yeah.
So. But I miss that.
yeah,
No more Melissa Etheridge for me. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, what you got?
Beautiful song. All right. Well, these song circles are so great for just feeding off of each other, or
Yeah.
bouncing off when we have, you guys have, let me get up. I'm going to stand.
All right, I'm gonna
So
focus you here.
it sounded like a love song to me. And Rod and I, it's funny, I have love songs, but not a lot of them. I've been writing more lately. And this one is on our newest record that came out just before COVID kept us from touring and playing the songs for people for very long.
What a
but-
summer we had planned.
So we're going to pretend that
it's
it
a
just...
lousy time for pandemic.
I know there's never a good time for pandemic, but yeah. So this is a song as we were feeling like we were just kind of like running in opposite directions. He and I are, have different ideas of what fun is, and but we were thinking it was time for us to slow down and just be together. So, ready, bud?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need the perfect day or weather to cuddle in the tall grass together. Gaze up at the sky, forget the whys and the shoulds. Well, I think that would do some good. Before the sweet gives way to sour, let's gather up some wildflowers. Breathe in deep, let go the gloom and the doom. Well, I think that would do some good. It would do me good to slow way down. It would do you good to paint the town. It would do us both some good to stop and listen closer to the sound of two hearts beating in perfect rhythm. Well, I'd say that's cause for optimism. Let's ditch the tent and sleep out in the woods. Well, I think that
Yeah. It's almost a pandemic. It's almost a pandemic song, except that going out
Yeah.
and painting the town.
Right.
Yeah, well,
I know.
only
Wish-
if you lived in Texas, you could do that.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't
Sign
it
me up.
so true? I know. I was thinking about that. Or Florida. Or
Or Florida.
Oklahoma. Or, yeah.
Yeah, there are places where that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Someday. It won't be long.
I have a song to follow that one, but I'm not going to sing it next.
Okay.
Okay. It's about who it's good to be stuck with, but I'm going to try and mix it up here. So if we keep feeding on each other, it'll be like social media, right? We'll end up believing in QAnon or something.
Yes.
So that would not be good.
Oh, I know.
A recursive quagmire.
Well, that's it for the
Exactly.
love songs. We
Yeah.
Just kidding. There might be one or two.
I've had enough
Hey,
Sparrows.
Pam. Hi, Sigrid. Oh, nice to see you guys.
I see peoples
I
out
see
there.
people.
There
Nice
are
to see you.
peoples. All right.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so I'm going to do, the next one I'm going to do is a song called Suburban Two Step, and it really takes us in a different direction. And it's about where I live, which is the suburbs. And two things to say about it. It's, it's about the sort of charming dysfunction of the suburbs, not the stereotypical grooviness. But and then I always add the caveat that this is not about any of my neighbors. Clearly, this is about your neighbors. It's called Suburban Two Step. On any given Sunday, I can roll out of bed. The sweet sound of lawnmowers echoing through my head. It means that fathers and sons are out there doing the deeds that come with having more land than any one family needs. Mom's at the market buying sausage and cheese. Sis is in the basement, she's down on her knees. 'Cause Billy slept over, he was too drunk to drive. And a miracle of nature, he's come back to life. Suburban two-step on the right side of the tracks. One step up, one step back. We'll get back together when the church is let out. The flat screens will light up, you'll hear people shout. And games played by big men, many larger than life. They got that way with needles and domestic strife. Someone's called out for pizza, Heather's gone off her meds. We're up by 3 touchdowns, at least in her head. When the last whistle blows, the lawnmowers start up again. The grills are all smoking, say, Billy, where have you been? Suburban two-step on the right side of the tracks. One step up, 2 steps back. Dusk settles on the backyards in this technicolor dream. Eminem goes by on a car radio, I hear my neighbors scream. The brick stakes have all been pointed. The lawn is coming on fine. Sis is back from rehab, but Mama's back on the wine. Papa's in his man room with his whiskey and cigar. He can't wait till Monday to get back in his car. The pressure of perfection is more than he can stand. Looking round the table, seems like we've played our last hand. Suburban two-step on the right side of the tracks. One step up, one step back, one step up, two steps back.
Nice.
Thank you.
I remember that one.
Me too.
I really,
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
It's such a painting. And, you know, it's one of those songs that we could take us in two different directions. Like, we could go, oh, like, musically, this is bringing to mind this song. But I'm afraid there's too many lyrics in that made me think of this next song. The title track. Yeah, the title track off the record we put out is, so we're going from the suburban to the urban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's it was inspired by well, any big city that's going through some regentrification and growing pains and dealing with both the good and the bad and the ugly, you know.
Yeah.
So this song was inspired by the stories I just kept hearing about the folks getting left behind, you know, in the as things were blossoming in other areas of the city. So, all right. It's always an adjustment. First sit, stand. Here we go. I'm ready. Ready, bud?
Yeah, that E sounds a little. You good? Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Climbing up on the scaffolding, 200 feet off the ground, painting dreams on the side of the building, but don't ever look down. Sparrows, deserted playground, stories burst at the seams, wide open, closed to the public, on display for no one to see. The city is sleepwalking, having a ball. Denizens hide in the shadows while the kids from the burbs to the pub crawl. And there's nobody looking when they fall. Mattress rescued from curbside, mangled malt liquor cans, needles and remnants of chalk lines, no looking for next of kin. on the scaffolding, 200 feet off the ground, painting dreams on the side of the building. But don't ever look down. Don't ever look down. Don't ever look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Wow. That's drama.
And we're back.
That's drama.
Drama.
Yeah.
That's some drama, man.
Yeah. Now,
For sure.
when you write about big cities, is it necessarily Detroit?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
But see, I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit.
Right.
And
Right.
so I was one of those kids that was going into the city at night and going bar hopping and then going home, and and the city was actually I don't want to tell you it was the 70s, but things were pretty, okay. We got a bunch of kids
Yeah.
could be wandering around we just didn't, and anyway,
Yeah.
inspired by a lot of forgotten parts that I see.
Right. Well, I won't even get into the cities that have wandered around in my young adulthood because that's a long story. So we don't have time for long stories.
Another time we'll chat.
Another time.
I
we'll
would like
chat,
to have that
exactly.
chat.
Yeah.
I'm
be very
terrified of
cool.
cities. I stay away from them as much as I can.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea sort of qualifies as small town.
No, it's like a village, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me carry on here, and this is what I wanted to do. There we go. And next one is a song called "The Numbers." As you might guess, it involves some counting. Come to think of it, it does involve a little bit of traveling as well. So. One flamenco dancer, two homecoming queens, three Midwestern debutantes who weren't quite what they seemed. For across the water took me for a ride. One who knew the answer and never left my side. I count the numbers one by one, love by love, until I'm done, till I'm done. Got three to die for, one to keep alive, three of the blood of my father, and all those close beside. Five true believers, six already gone, 10 in foreign cities, and others close by home. I count the numbers, one by one, love by love, till I'm done, till I'm done. Yes, it really matters, that trail of lost and found. Each one leaves traces in my heart, like footprints cross the ground, cross the ground. dozen on the corner, 50 on their feet, hundreds bright as shooting stars, thousands marching in the street, millions of the innocent, legions of the poor, thousands more who won't be back, victims of our wars. I count the numbers one by one, love by love. I count the numbers one by one, love by love. Until I'm done, until I'm done. The numbers.
Man, that's
All right,
sweet.
now we're unmuted.
There we go.
Oh man, that's a beautiful song, Christopher.
Thank you.
Love that.
I have sung it a ton. When I wrote it, I thought, well, this is an odd little thing. And then people have responded to it, so that's always gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. I know, as songwriters, it helps when
Yeah,
people respond.
that does
doesn't
help,
it?
doesn't it? Yeah.
It makes a difference. Yeah, and relate to it. So, I don't know if this is a direct response to that, but a little bit perhaps. We're gonna play a new song. It's not recorded yet. This song was inspired by, well, it was a prompt. I belong to a songwriting group, a collective, a few of them, and this one is on it's this private Facebook group where we do a prompt every month, and everybody writes a song to that prompt. And honestly, it has been one of the greatest experiences for me. I'm very bad at writing on assignment. I'm just, I'm kind of one of those people that writes, when something inspires me or when I get an idea, or sometimes it just happens, but I'm very, very bad at writing on assignment. So this one in particular spoke to me, and the prompt was my father's house. And at the time that the prompt came along, the house that my dad's widow, my father, was killed in, or passed away in 2002, February 2002. And so, but the house that his widow lived in, and they did together for almost 40 years, she had moved away. She'd sold the house, and she just found out that the new owners were going to tear it down. And you don't even want to get me started on the idea of a 8,000 square foot house, mansion, beautiful, just being torn down to put up another, perhaps bigger house. You don't want to get me started. But it got me thinking, and I started going down a little path of a different house of my father's and mine. This is called Unbound. Wrecking ball is scheduled to arrive today. My father's house is coming down. Well, I can't take a wrecking ball to my memories, but I can watch them hit the ground. Flesh and bone, all the ghosts who linger, long since flown. I can still hear the garage door opening, just enough time to run upstairs. for forgiveness 'neath the shattered walls of madness scattered all around. My father's house had eggshells across every floor, and that's bad news for this clumsy child. I learned to fear the smell of Old Spice and nicotine, and the hint of vodka in his smile. Too many walls, too many rooms, a well-seasoned pot roast with just a dash of doom. But it's over now, seems so small as it tumbles earthbound. I forage for forgiveness, knowing that these ties have come unbound. The wrecking ball is scheduled to arrive today. My father's house is coming down.
There's some beautiful lyrical details in there, and of course, Rod's guitar, which, you know,
Isn't it perfect?
Rod Capps, yeah.
I'm lucky.
Thank you, now.
I got
Well,
this one.
I
You
got
know,
the easy part.
okay, well, yeah. Other than the 10,000 hours, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for saying that.
Allow me one indiscreet question.
Yeah.
Were you two a musical duo before you were a couple or after?
Oh,
That's a tough one, huh?
No, that's not a that's
no.
a great question.
no,
We'll answer it
give-
in the
give 'em
next
the
song.
20
In the next song, okay.
So
Excellent.
hold
Yeah.
hold
Hold
your
that thought.
question.
All right.
Keep it
I'll-
20 words or less.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put up a way of contributing our wonderful audience. Lovely to have you all here. And if you would like to make a contribution to the cost of doing business, as it were, that would be wonderful. And this is the way you would do it in this particular instance. Now, I am going to go back and do that song that I thought was a sort of vaguely pandemic related, and basically because these days we're lucky. I mean, it's great if your partner is a guitar player and you're doing music. Otherwise, you're lucky if you're with somebody that you actually love and that person can cook, right? Because going out has been a bit of a problem. So, and this tune is called What That Means, and it's really about love and food, you know. Got a whole lot of black-eyed peas. I got me some collard greens. Gonna put 'em with some shoulder pork. Find out what that means. What that means. What that means. Cooking in the kitchen, talking round the oven. Drinking one more glass of wine and thinking about some loving. Got a whole lot of memories, I keep 'em in a big old jar. Some are sweet as honey, some they pull me down so far. Down so far. Cooking in the kitchen, talking round the oven, drinking one more glass of wine and thinking about this loving. Step out on the porch if you can't stand the heat, but we won't let it burn us up, we'll let it simmer till it's sweet. Took all of my black-eyed peas, my pork and my collard greens, put in a loving spoonful, and I found out what that means, what that means, what that means. Cooking in the kitchen, talking round the oven, drinking one more glass of wine and dreaming about our loving, dreaming about our loving.
Nice.
Those are perfect little finger-picked gems, man.
Yeah, yeah, well,
Love it.
it's,
Love the lovin'.
yeah, there you go, there you go.
Can
Yeah.
never get enough love.
Good for you.
I know. I really feel like he and I are, we're definitely fortunate that we get that we like each other enough to be stuck in the house together for how long has it been? We don't go out much. I went outside. I went out today for the first time in a while, and I needed to. Our coffee grinder broke.
Yeah,
One needs to have a coffee bean grinder when that's how you get your coffee.
That warrants a sojourn, yeah.
Yeah,
There
that was
you
like, okay, this is what you call necessity. This is a trip one has to take.
right.
So-
It's a grand adventure, you
So
know.
yes, we
going-
did play music together before we
Yeah.
became married. A couple different times and a couple different iterations.
Wow.
I've been talking a lot about this idea of chain reactions with people and just like the one thing that leads to the next thing that happens. And so, like for us, if I hadn't accidentally married the drummer, I would not have accidentally met the guitar player. And,
Sounds like a rock opera.
I was young. I was
younger.
He was young. Hey. One of us aged faster than the other one. But yeah, we're different. He and I, we're very, very different. Our love story was rather circuitous when we finally did connect. It was absolutely at the right time. I believe this with all my heart. But we met 11 years before we actually finally, sealed the deal. And he finally wised up and asked me to marry him. But yeah, we're gonna play a song that kind of harkens back to
Talks of some of that era.
a little bit of our differences and how good they work together. You ready? I wonder sometimes how I got here. Who I've become came out of nowhere, and I like to think you're the one to blame. I never had a pedestal to stand on. There surely wasn't anything I planned on, but you make me feel like I put all my past self to shame. You could have blown me over with a time what they say about opposites attracting. See, once upon a time there was a train wreck. St. Christopher was hanging around her neck. Oh, and everywhere she went, there were moments she could not believe. As your love took its sweet time to get here, on a serpentine path in low gear, but we still had a few tricks left up our sleeve. It took a hard left turn at the bottom of a hill, once or twice in a complete standstill, but that big stop sign was no match for my will. They say about opposites attracting. I still wonder sometimes how I got here. Who I've become came out of nowhere, and I like to think that you're the one. You're the one to blame.
All right. Now we know the whole story. We know the whole story.
I like to say that I fell in love with his fingers first.
Yeah, family show?
It's true. It's very, very true.
Exactly.
I mean, what can I say?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
All right. So, there's some lovely people here tonight, and it's wonderful to have you here. We're going to, I've got one to do now that I'm going to do in French. When I don't do a French song, there are certain people who complain. And when I do a French song, there are other people who complain. So, yeah, you know. But this one is about Montreal. I spent a lot of time in Montreal, and my son and his family lived there. And but this is well before my time, the turn of the 19th to 20th century, the Industrial Revolution, when all the farm boys in Quebec, they came to the big city, and a lot of them had a hard time. You know, so if you know French, you're going to be able to, you know, hear about this dislocation and death in childbirth, alcoholism, kind of forced immigration, all that sort of stuff. If you don't know French, it just kind of rocks along. So it's called Dans la ville. Dans la ville. Merci, Annie. Dans la ville. Je suis venu dans la ville, il n'y avait plus rien à la campagne, j'ai tant et tant perdu, il fallait bien que je gagne quelques maudites pièces pour chauffer mes fesses dans la ville, dans la ville. Ma pauvre mère est morte à son 10e enfant. On n'est pas plus heureux d'être des vivants. dans cette basse misère qui écrase même la prière dans la ville, dans la ville. J'ai même pas eu le temps de pleurer ma vieille. Il y a peut-être encore du bonheur au fond de cette bouteille. Sont tous partis, partis pour les États. J'ai plus rien entendu. Ils m'écrivent pas. Ils savent non plus où j'habite, que j'ai perdu ma petite dans la ville, dans la ville. Faudrait d'abord que je m'endorme avant de penser au réveil. Il y a peut-être encore du bonheur au fond de cette bouteille. Je vis dans la ville, il n'y a plus rien à la campagne. J'ai tant et tant perdu. Il faut bien que je gagne quelques maudites pièces pour chauffer mes fesses dans la ville, dans la ville, dans la ville.
Wow.
All right.
I love French. I love
you-
the language. I just. That's,
I was putting ukulele mandolin to it, and it
Yeah.
worked.
It totally
Yeah.
could work. Yeah,
No,
That
that sounded very haunting.
yeah.
yeah. Well, it's funny. The next big step will be when we can sing harmonies for each other, and
I know.
I can't wait.
yeah,
I know. When we can actually be in the same room.
kind of
even
be
if-
in the same
Yeah.
musical space. I'm sure it's going to happen, but
Yeah.
It
Well,
will be.
and we know people who are doing it now. Getting together and it just the venues are trying to be safe about it. It's just
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
a little.
We're
you
going to
know,
lurch back into it probably the same way we lurched out of it. It'll,
Yeah, exactly.
it'll as long as we just lead with compassion and be patient,
Yeah,
we'll make it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
I'm
we
going
don't
out.
know any French.
Oh well.
I don't speak
Except
no
my
French.
middle name,
Oh, right. That's right.
Dauphin.
Rod's middle name is very French.
All right,
It's,
never too late.
Nope. Well, and I might. You never know. I might learn
Yeah.
it. But we can play a song that was partially inspired by our time in New Orleans.
France.
This is going to be another one of those Songsmith assignment songs, and the prompt was "if only," and I won't bore you with how I got here, but the beautiful thing about all of these exercises is that you just start out brainstorming an idea, and the next thing you know, you're just like writing about something you just never thought. But this is based on the idea that lightning supposedly only strikes once, and this is a metaphor for somebody who got struck by the lightning of love and is wishing
mind another
wouldn't
hit.
mind another hit.
Sorry.
I guess that's perfect. I love it. All right, ready? 2. Oh, sorry. Wait. We can't be playing that with a drop D. Woo!
Is that helping?
Yeah, it's perfect. your face on Frenchman Street tonight. If only there could be another lightning strike, but you only hit once, and you hit so hard, you threw me off my game with your electric charm, and you struck me down, down to the core. But I wanted more, I wanted more, wanted more. Say a prayer, cast a little spell, spent my last dollar on the fortune teller. Was that really you or just another look-alike? If only there could be another lightning strike. Whiskey neat, one in each hand, refilled my prescription with the holy man. Whatever it takes to forget what you felt like. If only there could be another lightning strike, but you only hit once, and you hit so hard, you threw me off my game with your electric charm, and you struck me down, down to the core. But I wanted more, I wanted more, I wanted more. If only there could be another lightning strike. Looking for your face on Frenchman Street tonight. Was that really you or just another look-alike? If only there could be another lightning strike.
Hey. Well, if New Orleans did that for you, good thing. I'm envious of people who've actually been able to spend a little time there. I've been there once, and that's not enough.
Well, that was our first time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
That was our once, and you know, we were ensconced in the conference, but we did get a chance to get out a little bit. And I actually have to admit, I enjoyed myself in spite of my city phobia. So it was a good time.
It was chilly. It wasn't like super crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and we, we're not Bourbon Street people. We're more like find that really cool, out of the way place with a great jazz trio or something that's playing. And
We sort of managed to do
we
that.
managed to find a couple of really great spots that were not
Yeah.
overwhelming. And yeah,
And maybe you had a jambalaya or a
well,
mufflet, I know.
we had some good fish.
Yeah, we had some,
Good, good.
we had
Yeah,
some great food.
fish. Great
All
fish. Yeah.
right.
Nice. We never got a beignet though. God, I can't
Oh,
believe
man.
while we were there. Like
Beignets,
that's all
beignets.
anybody was talking about.
Right,
So,
right.
oh well. Next time.
Okay, my turn. So this is my last song, guys. Annie and Rod have another one coming up as well. And this one is a love song, and it's a good love song. It was written for a special occasion. It's called The Sweetness of This. Together alone on a mountaintop, with a vision as clear as the mist, in a world full of airplanes and trolley stops, brought to life by the sweetness of Kiss. We were wandering dreamers lost in the clouds, who had read all the poets and cried, daring to say things right out loud, with no way of knowing we lied. And the wheels kept on turning. The tarot cards never seemed right, but the fires kept on burning, lighting our way through the night, through the night. We followed the west winds to Africa, to China and Greece and Japan. Now the children of children give back to us the fullness of gifts and demands. Now our places are teeming with memories, with the burden and grace of our things. Dissonance changing to harmony as the night birds they rustle their wings, and the wheels kept on turning. The tarot cards never seemed right, but the fires kept on burning, lighting our way through the night, through the night. Together alone on a mountaintop, with a vision as clear as a kiss, in a world full of airplanes and trolley stops, kept alive by the sweetness of this. And the wheels keep on turning, the tarot cards always seem right, and the fires keep on burning, lighting our way through the night, through the night, through the night.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Dang. How are we gonna follow that?
Oh, don't just play what you want to play. You don't want to try and follow that, no.
Well, yeah. I asked him which song he would prefer to do, so I let Rod pick our last song. It's another new one that we like
She's
sharing.
mentioning that because it's monumental.
It's monumental that I let him pick the song. That's
No,
what he's saying.
it's monumental that I actually answered.
Oh, that you actually are picking it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, man, it's been so good to hang with you.
It's been beautiful to hear you.
Oh,
And
well,
I
likewise.
am really looking forward to listening to that record. So thank you for sharing that, and I'll have to make some time. I just want and thank everybody who's out there listening, wherever you happen to be listening from. So we've been this test went too fast. It's just too fast. So it's time. That's what this song is. This song is.
Let's try and see each other this year, man.
Yeah, that would be good.
Come visit us. Yeah, and we'll see. So we're gonna end with a song called "Moments." This is a song of ours that all I can say is I've been doing a lot of thinking about. Just time passing quickly, time passing. This thing that happens when something happens and you can't undo it. This thing that happens when you spend too much time thinking about the past. This and worrying about the future, and but also the idea that everything that has happened up to this point has contributed to who we are. Like like where we are, why we're here, and you know, the life that we have. And I personally think that even the bad stuff, you know, is what got us here where we are, and we're so fortunate. So, you know, it's just a mishmash of gratitude, even for the bad stuff that happens. And we're not promised any other moments than just this one, and hopefully the one after that. Singing her songs on the street corners, one after another, till every last tear was gone. Her two minds collided and the pain subsided, changing the road she was on. Took the one less travel, ditched the robe and the gavel, put the compass in the trunk of her car. Belting out her story, never wanted more, till he said, girl, I'm gonna make you a star. Here's to the moments you don't see coming. Every heartache, handshake, split second, make or break, all adds up to something. Here's to the moments. Now she's gazing out the window, washing up the dishes, chasing her thoughts round the yard. Like a couple rowdy kids slinging mud at each other. It wasn't supposed to be this hard. She put the needle on the record, hung on every sad word, sang herself out of the dark. Soaring to the rafters till her happy ever after stopped tugging on her ricochet heart. Here's to the moments you don't see coming. Every limelight, not quite 20/20 hindsight, all adds up to something. Here's to the moments. This moment we live in could be all that we have, till the next moment gives you your first, second chance. And the one after one after one after one after that. Here's to the moments you don't see coming. Every misstep, train wreck, promise that he never kept, all adds up to something. Here's to the moments you don't see coming. Every sucker punch, free lunch, almost had a slam dunk, all adds up to something. Here's to the moments.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, everybody.
That's
Thank
the,
you.
all.
the perfect ending, Rod and Annie. Thanks
Thank you,
to you two for this moment, and thanks to everybody else out there for spending a moment with the three of us. And you know, it
Yeah.
worked. It
Thanks.
was fun.
It worked great.
Yeah. Those of you who have extra rocketing around in your wallet, so music is expensive. So, you know, anyway, if you see your way. But the most important thing, thank you for coming. Thanks everybody to coming. And though you can always find out more about Annie and Rod and or me by, you know, going on to these. No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. All right. Yeah. So, and but anyway, thanks to everyone, especially Annie and Rod, and we'll see you all soon, and maybe even in person. Who knows?
Yes.
So,
Here's hoping.
yeah.
See you, Christopher.
Thank you so much.
Bye, man.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night, everybody.